Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Steve with Real Progressives, and had the experience of going into a more affluent part of town nearby where I'm from and listened to the conversations that were going on and watching the people go about life, at least superficially, like nothing was bothering them, like everything was just A-okay. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Everything is not okay. Everything is not okay. And, as you go through these machinations of trying to organize people to fight for a common goal, and you try to get everybody on board with this revolution and that revolution and your revolution and our revolution, and you're trying to get everybody to sing to the same sheet of music, it's very important to understand that everybody is not okay. Everybody is not okay. You may feel like you found a home. You may feel like everything's just hunky-dory and the sun's just hitting you exactly the way you want it to hit you. But let me just be real frank and honest with you. It doesn't matter what you think. At the end of the day, there are people that are truly suffering and have no voice in this. Now, let me tell you something. Starting Real Progressives started out as just something to do on Facebook. We all agreed that we wanted to produce a very, very real, very visceral, progressive experience for people where we weren't filtered, we weren't like peddling and saying things that made everybody feel fuzzy. We were just going to tell the truth. And it obviously has grown beyond that, okay? But even within our own volunteer ranks, you realize people are not all wired to push forward and build something. And you look around at the other groups and you realize that they're not all wired to build something. People are looking for immediate results. People have no idea what a foundation is. People have no idea that you've got to write a business plan, or that you've got to write a mission statement, or that you've got to secure a means of taking donations, which means you've got to be incorporated, which means unless you don't want the people to be able to write their donations off as tax deductions, you got to be a nonprofit. And all this stuff requires mucho dinero. And people just think, well, you're just a Facebook page. It's like, no, sir. We are one of the 99% that don't have a sugar daddy funding our coffers, making us be able to go run out, hire a lawyer, hire a this, hire a that, put all these wonderful things in place. So guess what that does? That pushes these movements into the hands of the people that have the money. Every single time. There's nothing about this stuff that's set up for Joe Q Public to organize and really, 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 truly funnel donations in the right way. So you're always stuck going to the people with the money. Always the money. And so as I was sitting there going to Starbucks, because that's what the grocery store giant where I was shopping for our groceries has. I'm sitting there at the Starbucks thing, and there is this lady. And I swear on my life, I am not a wealthy hater. I'm a well-educated guy, got 2 master's degrees and so forth, okay? But I'm sitting there, and her kid comes up, and you can tell he's being groomed to be the next CEO of Daddy's company. And they were just, they were talking to everybody in grand gestures, like how wonderful life is. And I kept thinking to myself, no, lady, everything's not okay. Biff Buckweiler over there, that the light is shining perfectly on, he's growing up in a situation that is unrealistic for the vast majority of Americans. What you're experiencing, Sir Biff, is not what regular America experiences. And so when people like that are around me, it just reminds me of this like walled garden, like over here is the real people and over here is the Truman Show, where everything is hunky-dory and perfect, and nothing will ever change until we find a way for the 99% without the everything's perfect Biff Buckweilers funding us. We've got to be able to do these things in such a way that regular people can stand up and say, you're not hearing me. Hey, dude, you're not hearing me. I've got real issues going on here. And I would build something. And this is the real serious problem. Everything gets co-opted by the wealthy. They see an opportunity for some capitalism, and they come swooping in and they take it over. They take grassroots and turn it to AstroTurf. And I am telling you right now, this is what happens. Like, if I tell you my problems, right? And that's what it comes down to. Ultimately, when we talk about governing, we're talking about trying to make a situation, an environment where everybody can survive and flourish. But unfortunately, everybody can't survive and flourish when the wealthy come in there and they act like, well, you know what? I have this big, huge heart for these issues, but you don't know what the issues are. You've never struggled to pay your electric bill. Or, if you have, it's been a while. And in these circles where you're putting on airs and you're putting on the face of wealth, the happy-go-lucky face of wealth, the church face. You know, you got the big hat and the flower. You're coming in with your Sunday best, putting on airs. That stuff right there is not helping anyone out. It's only the illusion of everything's okay. Because once you peel back the layers and you realize how shitty their life is, you realize how everybody struggles too. But they put this whole veneer on, and that infects these movements. It infects everything we do. Me, I'm struggling to get people to understand that we've got to build what we have. We got to go with our strengths. And then we've got to find a way, somehow or another, to not violate our ethics, to not violate our purpose, and to continue to build out so we actually have a true, honest-to-God activist wing that can truly partner with these groups that are already doing things. So we can build our media wing so that that media wing is already capitalizing on things that are in existence, but with our own branding. But yet we're not wealthy people. We're just regular people like you. But every day we wake up, we start doing this stuff. Every night we go to bed, we start doing it. We fight with our spouses about all the time we spend doing it. We fight with each other, trying to find out what the right message is. I mean, this is the way it is with everybody. It's called that, we're forming, we're storming, we're norming, and we're performing. And I think people are always looking for this get rich quick, this immediate results kind of deal. And that's what kills these movements, folks. That's what kills them. And I'm hoping to God that, like, for Real Progressives, our core team is able to stay focused and realize that the long game requires baby steps and getting that thing to grow and grow and grow. We didn't try to become superstars. I didn't name this the Steve Grumbine Show. They didn't name it the This Show. And, people don't go running around talking about the Steve Grumbine thing. We talk about Real Progressives. And that's not by accident. We didn't want to be one of these flash-in-the-pan stars for a day. We wanted to build something special. So with that, I'm hoping, beyond words, that we all realize that just because your life is really, really good at the moment, doesn't mean that everybody's life is really, really good at the moment. And sometimes you got to realize that in order to build a big tent, you got to stop trying to sheepdog people here, sheepdog people there, and you've got to listen to what the hell's going on with them. Everybody is not okay. And that's not a joke. And I cannot express it in words strongly enough for people to realize people are struggling mightily right now. From activists to regular people that you see truly just trying to put food on the table. I don't care what the unemployment numbers say. I don't care what our revolution says. I don't care what the Green Party says. I don't care what the Democratic Party says. I care about regular people. Regular people trying to feed their families. That's what I'm thinking about when I talk. So I hope you guys, this is our church service for the day, because for me, it's all about the real struggle. Steve with Real Progressives, hoping you have a wonderful day.